I didn't catch anything.
One way back in there. As soon as they hit the water, there he is. Okay. Summer, especially here in Michigan. I know it's hot. It's 90 degrees out. Water temperature is probably 85.
You're gonna have to do a little bit more of that. It stopped recording.
How are you when I get home? Did you see that? He pushed the frog up in the air. No. He pushed the frog over that grass mat. Like, it was on the other side of that grass mat. There you got him? Yep, I got him. Oh, it's a nice big frog over this grass mat. Check out the size of this one. Look at that guy. Look at that stud. If I haven't convinced you guys yet to throw a pink frog, yeah, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but man, check out that nice quality fish. Got a little bit of a scar on her. You guys absolutely choked that frog. Like I said, were those not some just awesome catches on a pink frog this past summer? Hey everybody, it's Jay Ball, Polluted Outdoors. Really excited to make this video. I've been waiting to do this. It's in the winter time now, and for those of you that have been following along with me since this summer, or those of you who are new to the channel, you guys, the pink frog bite was absolutely insane this summer for Dylan and I from Extreme Outdoorsman. And we're using this Pink Googan Filthy Frog that I made. You can see that it's pretty tore up. I finally had the legs ripped off, and you can see all the teeth marks on it. But this isn't a standard color. You know, this is what they normally come looking like. So what I want to do is, one, explain to you that hadn't seen why I think bass are keying in on pink frogs. But then I also want to show you how I take this white Googan Filthy Frog and I use this pink, hot pink spike it dye to turn it pink. And there's some tips and tricks I want to share with you, because I've learned the hard way that if you leave this stuff on too long, it'll melt the plastic because it's a pretty strong dye. But let me show you really quick why I think bass in this particular area are really keyed in on pink frogs, because I caught them on pink frogs, pink chatterbaits, pink buzzbaits, pink topwater lures, and I really think of what it is this area that I'm fishing in northern Michigan. And just keep this in mind for the areas that you potentially fish. There's a lot of reeds in this area all over the place, and there are thousands and thousands of what I think are blackbirds that nest in this area. And Alex Rudd had made a comment while he was fishing with Benjamin Nowak earlier this year about him thinking that the bass in this particular area are feeding on birds, not so much frogs. So that's why maybe like darker profiles, you know, the fish are just kind of waiting for a bird to drop out of a nest potentially and fall in the water. Well, it took all summer, and it finally dawned on me, like, why is a pink frog getting hit? You know, for those of you that saw some of my videos fishing with a couple other content creators, you know, they'd fish a normal colored frog and I'd throw behind them with a pink frog and it would just absolutely get train wrecked. Well, here's the big secret. Here's the big reveal. I think that the bass are keying in on pink frogs because they look like baby birds. I don't know if this is true or not, but there's something about this pink frog, guys. It's absolutely smashed. So keep that in mind. If the area you're fishing in has a lot of reeds, has a lot of birds, don't be afraid to throw a pink frog. And I'm going to show you how to actually paint a pink frog. It's pretty simple. You just need some pink spike it dye. You need a brush and a little Tupperware container and a rag just in case. I try to do this stuff at home, not on the boat, because it can get kind of messy and I do not want to spill this stuff on the carpet in the boat. But let me turn the camera on and actually show you guys how I go about painting this white Googan Filthy Frog white, and I'm going to turn it pink with the pink spike dye. You guys are not going to want to miss this. Alrighty, let's see how well this works. So we got our cloth down because you don't want to get anything pink. You can see the pink marks on here. I've used this before. Again, I got my little Tupperware container. I've got my pink spike it dye, and then I've got my little brush right here. Pretty wide bristle brush. But again, we're going to take this white Filthy Frog and we're going to paint it pink. And this one's got some wear and tear. And what I really like about the rubber, you know, different frogs are made from different rubber, but this Googan Filthy Frog is made out of some really good rubber that accepts this dye really quick, or that accepts it really well. So what I'm going to do is just start painting a little bit, and then I'm going to time lapse it, and then I'll give you guys some pointers. So, you know, like I said, it's pretty straightforward. The reason why I use this Tupperware containers, I can kind of lay it in here and get all around the different areas. So I'm just going to dip the brush in here, get plenty of dye on there, and then just start painting it just like this. So it takes a couple coats. It does soak in pretty well, as you can see. But just try to cover the thing nice and evenly. This is going to actually impregnate and sink into this rubber.
So you got to do it a couple times, but it becomes pretty permanent. It will fade over time, just if you use it a lot like I did all summer. I mean, I could not put this thing down once I started catching fish on it. So yeah, you can see that just after about 30 seconds of painting, it's already pretty pink. You know, I don't think the fish are too picky, but I am, so I'm going to keep making this really smooth and even this out. So let's go ahead and time lapse the rest of this, and then I'll tell you what the next step is. As you can see, we've got it pretty well painted, so you can see the difference in pink. Again, it will eventually get worn off, but this frog has caught several hundred bass on it this summer. So the important thing to do now is, now that we've got this thing entirely pink, is I'm going to go rinse it off and kind of just stop the etching process, because again, this spiket dye is actually impregnating the rubber, and if you leave it on the trailers too long, it will actually shrivel them up and make them really brittle, so we don't want that to happen. So let me go rinse this off real quick. I just got done rinsing off the Googan frog, and you can see, man, it is really pink. So here is what it looked like originally, and then that's what it looks like brand new in the pink dye. And yeah, this is as comparison to the one that I was using this summer. You can see it's pretty worn out and lost the legs on it. But yeah, man, this pink spiket dye, I've got a new bottle here, but I've been using this all summer and it lasts pretty well. I've only used about half of it. But yeah, that's how I make my Pink Googan Filthy Frogs. And I'm not associated with Googan, I'm not associated with Spiket. I just really like their product. Again, trying to help my buddy Dylan Grubb from Extreme Outdoorsman. He's part of the Googan Squad now, so anytime you guys need to order anything from a Googan Squad, make sure you use code EXTREME, save 10% on your entire order. And yeah, the Spiket dye, there's a lot of dye companies out there. They all make really good product, but I've been a big fan of the Spiket dye for a long time. And yeah, as you can tell, it does a really good job of making these frogs super pink. So yeah, that's how I do it. Don't be afraid to try using a pink frog in your area, just in general. You know, maybe you don't have to have a lot of reeds like we have here in northern Michigan. But if there's an area that has a lot of birds, maybe there's an area you're fishing that's got a lot of fishing pressure, because I have fished this pink frog in lakes that don't have a lot of reeds, but there's a lot of people fishing frogs, and throwing something different and off color that maybe the bass aren't used to seeing, a lot of times is what will key those bass in striking. So again, do not be afraid to use a pink frog. It was absolutely insane how many bass we caught on pink frogs. I was literally on a frog bite from about the middle of June until mid-October. It was absolutely epic. So again, really appreciate the support. You guys like this kind of content, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. It really helps drive this content through the algorithm. Channel's been steadily growing. I can't thank you guys enough. Still trying to get to that first 1,000 followers. We just broke 500 a couple weeks ago, so I cannot thank you for all your support. And remember, the easiest way to change your attitude is by showing gratitude. Thanks, and we'll catch you in the water next time.